right, all you streetlight crusaders, and I guess a couple of you insomniatic wrestling fans out there tonight, welcome back to the Tuesday Night Special. And now it's time for us to talk about what happened during this week's edition of Monday Night Raw from San Francisco, California, home of Alcatraz State Prison, aka The Rock. And as I try to do the best Sean Connery impersonation I can, alas, today is mine. Now, I would have said welcome to The Rock, but nah. It's been overused, so I go with the other line he said in that movie. And with that said, folks, Monday Night Raw would kick off with not only The Fiend messing with the opening intro for Monday Night Raw, or just in general, and a recap of what happened to Seth Rollins last week. He would run into some more trouble this week by ticking off the monster among men with his comments from last week, causing Seth Rollins to challenge him this week in the main event for Monday Night Raw. So yeah, instead of talking himself out of that situation, he decided to go ahead and overcome and prevail like he's been doing over the past couple of months. Good for you, Seth, but at the same time, you may be on a suicide mission on the way you're doing things now. But hey, that's just me. And speaking of crazy matches, folks, the first match to take place on Monday Night Raw would feature the Viking Raiders going one-on-one against the OC, which now the OC has a new theme song, and to be honest, I prefer the old one. Cause I think the lyrics was take 'em out, and then just playing a loop of their music. I prefer the old one better, it sounded a lot cooler. Then again, they might be doing some, touches on the music in the back, but I don't know. Either way, folks, this match was hard-hitting and violent at moments, because not only you had Eric and Ivar bringing the pain to Gallows and Anderson by doing, a makeshift clothesline into the corner and even a tiger knee right to the face, but you also saw Eric and Ivar throwing their weight around, or Eric throwing the weight of Ivar around to get near falls at a moment's notice on Gallows and Anderson, and even Anderson getting the upper hand on Ivar during this match due to the fact of AJ Styles' interference, causing him to get thrown out during this match and getting waylaid by Cedric Alexander on the ramp. And without the phenomenal one at ringside, it would be enough of an opportunity for the Viking Raiders to capitalize during this match by not only kicking out of a boot of doom for a near fall, but then capitalizing by sending Anderson on a Viking experience like no other for the Viking Raiders to win this match and beat the OC convincingly via pinfall. And the best thing about this match is, folks, I do believe it still means that the Viking Raiders are undefeated on Monday Night Raw. Unless you count what happened last week with Cedric Alexander, yeah, still undefeated as a tag team on the main roster. Good job, guys. And after that incredible tag team match, folks, next thing you know, Michael Cole backstage with the man Becky Lynch talking about her decision of making this match a Hell in a Cell match between her and Sasha Banks, and if it was a wise decision with Sasha Banks on this hot streak. And Becky Lynch would respond back by saying, this is exactly what I wanted, with Sasha Banks on a hot streak and the ability to fight her at her best, especially after what happened prior to WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey going through the Raw Women's division and tearing it asunder, and wanted to bring it back to its former glory, and this Hell in a Cell match is the perfect key to it. And the boss's rebuttal to the man's interview earlier that night would be that she may be the man, but she's not the legit boss, and she's planning on walking out of Hell in a Cell as your 7-time women's champion. Now, the microphone didn't pick up the fact that she said 7-time women's champ, but I did. And after that interview, the next match to take place on Monday Night Raw would be none other than Rusev going one-on-one against EC3. And during this match, even if you can call it a match, EC3 didn't even get one move off because Rusev was all over him like white on rice, hitting him with a Machka kick, then beating him in the corner, and then finally ending this match with an accolade and a submission victory for EC3 once again to look like crap on television, and for Rusev to win this match via pinfall. And of course, during the match, a whole bunch of baby's daddy's jokes being made after the whole thing with Maria Kanellis that would happen last week that I'm trying so hard to forget, but they keep on reminding me. You know, I got a feeling this is eventually going to lead to Jerry Springer, Steve Wilkos, Maury Povich, or anybody during the daytime hours of the day to come on TV to promote their television shows and to try to figure out who the real father is, which will have turned out to be the great Khali. Mark my words, folks, that's what I think is going to happen. And the next match to take place on Monday Night Raw, besides that mess that's going to take place in the near future, will feature none other than the boss Sasha Banks going one-on-one against one half of the women's tag team champions, Nikki Cross. And during this match, Nikki Cross would look for revenge for her best friend and would do so during this match by putting Sasha Banks into the ring apron and doing her classic Finley move, but not before doing a classic running apron crossbody that almost got her on the head, and her, meaning Sasha Banks, on the landing, and would even be able to pull off her lobotomizer during this match, which should have been the end of the whole thing, but unfortunately due to the outside interference of her lovable hugger friend Bayley, and Alexa Bliss coming around the corner to get a little bit of revenge for it. Yeah, after that particular moment, when Nikki Cross would try to go up to the top rope and go for yet another dangerous crossbody, would then be countered directly into the bank statement for Nikki Cross to lose this match via submission. And after the match was over, Sasha Banks would then set her sights on Alexa Bliss by hitting her also with a bank statement as well, and for her to once again collect the winner's check at the expense of her opponents. Which seems like a thing she's doing more and more nowadays while fighting against the people of the women's division. And the next match to take place on Monday Night Raw, speaking of the women's division, would be none other than Lacey Evans going one-on-one against the Space Cat Athena herself, Ember Moon. And Ember Moon during this match would start things off hot and heavy with not only a single leg drop kick right to the throat of Lacey Evans, and Lacey getting her back during this match by not only doing her, I guess, helo drop kick to the outside of the ring, and would even pull off a nasty tiger sweep while Ember Moon was on the apron. But Ember Moon would be able to counter that by actually hooking her legs onto the ring ropes, and it looked like she was in a troubling situation, but would be able to pull off a jaw-jacking stunner in impressive fashion, only for a near fall. And ultimately, this match would come to an end again when Lacey Evans realized that she was no match for Ember Moon and would decide to tug on the hair of one Ember Moon during this match while she was trying to go up for the Eclipse, and would get eclipsed herself in a form of a woman's right and then into a sharpshooter while Natty Nineheart was watching backstage as Ember Moon would tap out to this, according to Natalya, lackluster version of her sharpshooter via submission. And the reason why she called it that is because, well, while Lacey Evans tried to apply it, she fell down and stumbled a bit, but still was able to get the submission victory. So yeah, after that went down, she would get interviewed and would say that if she wants a rematch, then yeah, I'll make her tap out. And I got a feeling she would, and chances are it's gonna probably lead to some match at Hell in a Cell of submission type variety that I really hope that Natalya wins to make up for what happened in Canada. Because remember, she lost in her home country in a submission match. She gotta make up for that. And immediately after that little bit of a moment, folks, we would go directly into the Firefly Fun House, which would feature Bray Wyatt helping Rambling Rabbit and Husky the Harris, or Husky the Pig, tried to share a Seth Rollins figure, only to rip it in half like King Midas and give them both the pieces before saying, "See you in hell, bye, toodles." And not to mention, during all this, folks, he was also able to pull up another picture which was blank on a wall by saying there's always room for one more, which means that he's planning on making another new friend before the end of the night. But who could it be? We'll find out next time. I'm kidding, folks. We'll find out after this musical break, because when we return, we'll be back with the second half of Monday Night Raw from San Francisco, California, right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.